Hey everyone, let's talk about meme coins here. It has been a crazy week. Bitcoin may have found a bottom, so let's start with that right now. So this is Bitcoin's 4-hour chart. We all know that the oscillators have been pointing towards more of a bullish move as of late. However, each time we've had these change of characters, we typically don't buy in at this time for a couple of different reasons. First of all, the daily charts are still bearish, so you get a lot of these. This is a buy signal, this is a buy signal. And usually they fail pretty obviously because the daily chart is not pointing in the right direction. Right now, what you're seeing is a bounce off of that level of support where we talked about those aggressive traders trying to buy back in. And now it's getting rejected by the 20-day moving average. However, what you're about to see here is the MACD, the stochastic, and the RSI all pointing towards buying opportunities for the first time in a while here. Since right around here, around June 5th, this is back when we had our last spike. Unlike this last spike though, we were not at the large level of resistance. Like back over here when we started, this was not the level of resistance, kind of around the same level actually. And then we saw a very nice pop that took us up back towards that level of resistance. That's what you would expect to happen right now. But because we don't always expect it to just go launching up, what are the next levels of resistance you guys might want to look for, and how much time will that buy you with a lot of your meme coins and altcoins here? If Bitcoin is able to take that next step up, have that change of character, the next level of resistance is actually just going to be that 50-day moving average right here, and that's currently around $66,000, $66,400. By the time this works its way out, it'll probably be down a little bit more, but that's about it right here. So if you guys want to buy up different tokens or Bitcoins, that's the next level where you guys are going to be selling them off. Now, as far as the meme coins you guys want to be looking at, I'm going to do some happy faces with this one because these are working out very, very well so far. Hoppy is my favorite one right now if you guys just want to buy and hold and wait to see what happens. This thing has been going up for a very long time. I know the numbers may be kind of hard to see, so let me actually make this a little bit larger for you guys. Maybe let's hop this over here to... There we go. You guys can see a little bit better. This is still moving pretty strongly in the daily chart. Everything is still bullish here. 4-hour chart is usually the opportunity where I think you guys want to be more active with buying. If you see something of a larger dip and it starts to rest on a moving average, or just, take a dip in general, this is usually why I'm buying even more of this. I just started yesterday. I'm hoping this thing will go up even higher, but my stop loss now after buying this last little dip is right around here at this 93,074 level, just that last little wick down. So I'm hoping this thing will continue to go higher. I'm not hoping for some type of really long-term hold, but if you guys want to hold for a few days to a week, that's still within, that's still, you can still do that, I would say right now. It's just, make sure you have a stop loss set up because the faster this thing comes up, the easier it's going to be for it to just come out down and crash. Look at this weekly chart. All right. We're in a breakout week right now. I'm hoping that as this week goes on, we're going to have a nice pump. Following that, we're most likely going to come back down quite a bit. So this week is all about holding Hoppy and waiting for those next moves. If you guys were going to try to day trade this, it is a little bit more difficult. You're typically just doing some scalping. I wouldn't even say holding for multiple hours. At most, maybe 1 hour of holding, okay? You're waiting for a bump up on a 5-minute or a 15-minute chart, and you're just playing those rides up. You can actually see the change of characters in the 5-minute are actually doing some really good work, plus the oscillator fix in here. Those are basically what I'm looking for right now. I'm not hoping for something grand, big pop like this. You can go with the breaker structures if you want to. I'm doing baby steps here, even these little cup and handle type of plays here. Simple stuff. And this type of move, even if you were to take it here, again, that lasts about 35 minutes, not even an hour. Going over to the next one here, let's move that across. Poo. People have been talking about this for a while. It's come back down since the market kind of, been, pooping out here. However, it's on the verge of another breakout. We're trying to break out above the 50-day moving average and just this previous high here. That could make a change of character that actually causes something more of a breakout. I have been trying to do some, trend lines here in the past, but they really weren't working out in our favor here. So let's try that one right now. You guys can see that's another level of resistance we're going to have to break out. However, if Bitcoin really is going to make this reversal here, you could actually assume that APU would make its way back up over here from 0.0058 all the way back up here to 0.0011. All right. That's what I'm kind of hoping for this one for the next few days. Again, we do need to wait and see what happens with Bitcoin to make sure that it can actually have that change of character pop off. But I'm pretty happy with it. Things are moving quite well. So far, we're up at that level of resistance and we're trying to break out. Give it a few more hours and see what happens. If we start to get rejected, just hold on a little bit longer. Don't have to hop in right now if you guys don't want to. Some of you guys may be waiting for that breakout. Some of you guys may be just like, I don't know what to do. At this point, you're seeing a little bit more weakness here. So just make sure that if it does start to break out, that's when you guys can buy. You have there's no rush to hop into any of these tokens because, of course, they're going to be very, very, very volatile. Hoppy is up 33% today. Apu is up 19%. And a whiff right here that all of you guys know, this is up 4%. This is a traditional breakout heading into a level of resistance. It's just going back up to 262. We're at 229. That should be a nice, easy play for some of you guys that have been looking for some easier buying opportunities. Right now, we've had a smaller change of character from here to here. Maybe some of you guys may think this is a change of character from there to there as well. However, we did have all the oscillators show buy right here. So you had a few days of heads up warning that, hey, whiff may make a move up. We really didn't make such a move, I would say, just because Bitcoin was still kind of teetering there. But now we see some of these altcoins making these moves. People are going to be hopping in here for that next level of resistance. Again, if you buy right now, that's about 17% return. That's easily achievable for a meme coin here. But I don't want you guys to be holding on for so long without a stop loss. I really want you guys to have some type of safety net there, some type of risk management to make sure that when this thing goes sideways again, which it will, it'll come back down here just as a rest or whatever, you guys have made your profit and you guys can turn around and use that for more Bitcoin, more Ethereum, more Solana, something of the larger, status tokens there. Or, buy more meme coins when the meme coins come back down. It's all up to you right now. Now, one last thing about whiff though, this thing, that resistance is really back up here towards $3. So if you want to hold on for a couple more weeks, maybe it gets back up there. Sometimes what you see is just a little bit more of a tip right there. And we fall back down, then we consolidate, and then we wait for that larger breakout right there. All right. So give that some thought too. This is why I'm telling you guys a lot of these trades are going to be for short periods of time. You're not holding these for weeks and weeks and weeks. These are really, really short trades, but at least we're opening up the door to holding for a week now, because Bitcoin, of course, is now trying to make that larger move back up here towards $66.6 thousand. If that's the case, altcoins are going to open up a little bit more, and Bitcoin's going to be able to pop up, consolidate further, and then we'll have another opportunity to either fall back down, but not break down into the 50s again, or we'll have an opportunity to push back up towards $70,000, which would bring everybody screaming back, especially those that might have gotten frustrated with the, with how their altcoins have been performing as of late, because Bitcoin really has just been going sideways, as you guys can see there. Altcoins are the coins where everything has been coming down, and it's just been, how would you say, just a very depressing moment. Think of something like a Fetch AI. You can see how it pumped, and it's just been crashing back down here. There's been a lot of that going on, and there are a lot of tokens right now today that actually aren't making good moves. I would say that right now you're actually seeing meme coins doing a little bit better here, even though they're not doing perfect. So just keep an eye on all those tokens. One last thing here. Big news coming out of the Supreme Court, I would say. I just want you guys to listen to this very fast. I'm going to put my headphones on because I do think it is that important. This opens up the door for another opportunity for Trump to become president, which may freak some of you guys out, make some of you guys happy. That's okay, but you guys gotta listen to this.
Fox News Alert, we're going to get out of that commercial break because we have word that the Supreme Court has issued a ruling on the extent of presidential immunity from criminal prosecution for conduct alleged to involve official acts during the tenure of President Trump. This is the big one we've been waiting for.
Absolutely huge news here. Huge news.
It's consequential. It's really interesting that the Supreme Court in 248 years of our history has never actually ruled on this. So it is big and sweeping. And I have our political panel looking over this right now. Andy McCarthy, Chief Justice John Roberts has the writing on this. He's got the pen. Is that significant?
It's very significant. It's the most important case of the term in terms of the long-term interests of the executive branch, in terms of the short-term interests of Donald Trump. And it looks like, at least within the bounds of clear executive authority, what Chief Justice Roberts is saying is that the president clearly has immunity from prosecution.
All right. So President Donald Trump now has immunity. I was hearing all these people on the news saying he's not going to get it, he's not going to get it, he's not going to get it. I was watching the presidential debate last night, and they talked about that a little bit afterwards, and they were all saying he's not going to get it. So now that he has it, I expect the news to kind of freak out for a little bit, and then we're going to have to see what happens next. Because Trump is getting too many victories in a row, he has to hit some type of setback, and maybe the setback was his guilty verdict a few weeks ago, and now that that's out of the way, it's just victory after victory after victory. If Biden really wants to stop him, they're going to have to do something more on messaging and not going after him through the courts, because the courts don't seem to be working so well at this point in time. All right. So see you guys a little bit later, and thanks for watching.